John the Baptist, beheaded, gave his life for Christ. Why? Why did John the Baptist die? Because he spoke the truth. One of the great saints of the church in the ninth century, named the Venerable Bede, Saint Bede, says in one of his homilies, roughly 1,000 years ago, preaching about this feast day, this gospel, Saint Bede said, Saint John gave his life for Christ. He was not ordered to deny Jesus, but was ordered to keep silent about the truth. And Saint John the Baptist would not keep silent about the truth, and thus died for Christ, who is the truth. We live in times where there is much distress in the world, in the church, precisely because there were people who should have spoken up about the truth about evil things happening, and they remained silent. John the Baptist knew what Herod was doing was evil. Herod wanted to marry the wife of his own brother. In fact, did that very thing. It was not a real marriage, because it could not be valid and blessed by God, because that was his brother's wife. It would have been easier for John the Baptist to remain silent. Then he would not have gone to prison. But John the Baptist spoke up about the truth. Have we ever been in a situation where we knew something was going on that was wrong, but we were afraid to speak up the truth out of fear that we would be considered a snitch by our classmates, out of fear that others would not like us and call us a goody two-shoes or a prude or whatever derogatory terms that are used as peer pressure to keep the good people silent. Because the people that are doing evil want you to be silent, just as Herod wanted John the Baptist to be silent, and Herodias wanted John the Baptist to be silent. John the Baptist, even Herod knew that John the Baptist was a righteous man, as the gospel tells us, and yet had him killed. The gospel just says he knew he was a righteous man and had him killed anyway. Why? Because Herod and Herodias, they knew what they were doing was wrong. And John the Baptist was their conscience that kept reminding them that they were doing wrong. And they didn't like that. So, to get rid of the problem, instead of turning away from sin and listening to John the Baptist, they decided we want to continue living in sin, so we'll get rid of John the Baptist. That will solve our problem. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. This story in the gospel today plays out every day in history, 2,000 years ago, and every day since then. It's the same story in our world today. Evil people don't want to be, I shouldn't say evil people. No one is evil because everyone is created in God's image and likeness. But people who persist in doing evil want to stamp out anyone who reminds them that they're doing evil. Where do we get then the courage, the strength that John the Baptist had to speak up the truth when it's difficult, when we know that we will suffer for speaking the truth, for calling out evil and injustice? The answer for John the Baptist's strength is very simple. It was born from a relationship with God, from prayer, which guided him throughout his entire life. Even the birth of John the Baptist happened in a place of prayer. Or the announcement of his birth was in the temple. Zechariah had the privilege of entering the holiest place in the temple to offer incense to the Lord. Just as we offer incense to the Lord in the Holy Mass. A relationship with God was his secret to being able to be so strong in the face of death. This martyrdom of St. John reminds us, too, Christians of this time, that Christian life demands a martyrdom. When we're red, reminding of the shedding of blood, that is martyrdom. Our martyrdom of daily fidelity to the gospel, the courage to let Christ grow within us, and let him be the one who guides our actions. But this can only happen in our life. We have a solid relationship with God through prayer. My friends, prayer is not wasted time. It does not take away our time from activities. Being here at this Holy Mass is the most important thing we can be doing this entire day. It gives us the strength to be able to face those difficulties that John the Baptist faced, to be able to live a faithful life with God. And that can only come with a life of prayer. To give us the ability and strength to live happily and serenely, and to surmount difficulties, and to witness courageously to Him. You all are the future of our society, and we do not want that you will make or repeat the mistakes of those today. But in order for those mistakes not to be repeated, we must have a life of prayer like St. John the Baptist. So pray every morning in your own words. Ask God to give you this, thank Him for the day, for starters. It doesn't have to be long, even if it's a 30-second prayer. Lord, upon rising, I thank you for giving me another day. And give me the strength to be faithful to you this day. Amen. That was 10 seconds, maybe? But it was very powerful. It could be the most powerful 10 seconds of your day. And then before you go to bed, Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for helping me be faithful to you in this situation that was really difficult. Or Lord, I could have done this situation better. Help me be more faithful tomorrow. Thank you for your mercies. St. John the Baptist, intercede for us. Pray for us that we may be ever able to preserve the primacy of God, that we may put God first always in our life. Amen.